Hey, what's happening, Autobots and Decepticons? It's the Kwings here, and we're playing as the Cons, mainly Soundwave.
Oh no. The Deceptijerks.
Yes. Now this is how they should have started out the game.
Yes.
This is exciting, fighting Insecticons, not being able to drive up a ramp. This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Actual music. This is...
Cool sound effects.
Yeah.
An environment that, you know, has different things in it. It isn't just like blah.
Blah, yeah.
Yeah, there were some people that agreed with us. They were like, that's the worst beginning ever, the first episode, because it was
Worst
just like...
intro ever.
Yeah.
Ah! It's a giant spider, I had to shoot it.
Yeah.
I think I want the neutron blaster.
Well, hopefully we'll get some more G1 Transformer fans watching, because we got some interesting comments in the first
Yes,
episode.
the Bayformers.
I was like,
oh.
whoa. So the Bayformer fans were watching our video.
Bayformer fans were crying for our optics. They wanted to pull our spark.
Exactly.
If anything, I kind of, instead of like fusing the world of Bayformers with our Cybertronian people, I think they should have had it be the Transformers Prime. Can't say Transformers. Transform. Yeah. Transformers Prime
That's right.
cast.
You can only say it if you're talking like Peter Cullen. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Yay.
Somebody was asking too, why did we use the let's roll for it? Because in one of the episodes of the G1 series, Optimus Prime didn't always say, let's roll out. He would say, let's roll for it, or roll.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't always say the iconic line. That wasn't until later.
That's right.
Primitive cyber forms.
I called them trolls.
That's right. He had, yeah, that's right. Because Prime had to mix it up a little bit. He didn't say the same line every time, the exact line. That's just a famous line that he said. Yeah, I did notice people were correcting you, like, oh, roll out. It's roll out, Kwing.
It's like, no,
no, he said, let's roll for it as well.
Yeah. Even Jazz would say, let's roll for it. I can't be Jazz. I can't be Jazz.
That was much closer than I could do.
Lord Megatron, we have gained access to the facility.
What's so important about this thing that we have to traipse through acid and ruins? You have a desire to see spokes
I like
in
his voice.
I was just asking. Your ignorance is matched only by your incompetence. Now cut the static and bring me the dark spark. Affirmative, Lord Megatron.
Frank Wickler.
Do not question me again.
Now this is why we love the Gen 1, because there's interaction between the bots. In the Bayformer universe, everybody's so serious.
Yeah.
It's like the Transformers know that they're a little strange. They're walking machines, you know?
Yep.
Even the Cybertronian games, which aren't technically the G1 series, there's humor in this like war environment. You know, these characters, they're just treated so well. And just the feel of this game, a lot of it screams licensed movie game and not Cybertron. And that's the big problem we have.
But now we're starting, I mean, I liked that little interaction, that was cute.
No, actually,
I'm
most intriguing.
That's all well and good then. Until they swarm. Thoughts of worthless creatures. On the contrary, I find them rather fascinating.
Okay.
Steve Bloom is Shockwave. Awesome.
Cool.
I know, he sounds really good. So it's like they have some of the
awesome.
voice cast from Fall and War of Cybertron, which is good.
Well, I'm super psyched now. Like, I'm enjoying this game so much better on the second episode already. It's like, I don't know. This is what Transformers is to me. I didn't like the first episode. That wasn't Transformers to me.
No, it didn't have that feel. Also, you notice that the music is like more...
Oh, yeah, the music is awesome.
The music is more triumphant in the Cybertronian series. When on Earth they hardly played any music, it was very ambient and things like that.
Oh yeah, they should have kept the same music on Earth. I would have.
They played it when Drift was fighting.
Yeah.
But it wasn't this constant thing, no. And that just builds like the atmosphere. It's really good to do that.
They should have had jazz music on Earth.
Where are you going? Isn't the imaginary vault for your imaginary legendary Darkspark this way?
I imagine so. Continue the search. I will rejoin you after resolving our infestation problem.
All right, just hurry it up.
Hurry it up, Steve Bloom.
Soundwave, did Shockwave make a joke back there?
Affirmative. Great.
Intentional? No, Soundwave, you've become quite the conversationalist.
That's hilarious.
This acid is etching my metals.
Oh, it's etching my metals.
Good times.
Who's talking? Is Starscream talking?
Starscream and Soundwave we're having a kind of cool conversation there. I like the use of sarcasm between Starscream and Soundwave. That was really cool. I really enjoyed that. Okay, I'm having a hard time getting in. There we go. Slingshot, yes! My favorite gun is back. Hoot. All right, so let's check out the gearboxes because I haven't done this. I accidentally started playing and didn't record, so I missed some of the Iron Box upgrade things. So I'm just showing them now. So yeah, just so people know, this game autosaves like everything. So Amber and I had kind of a mess up of the second episode, and it did let me replay the level, but all my gear and stuff that I acquired from the first episode, it didn't let me show again. It showed it as already got.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, what do we have here?
Continuity errors.
Is it something to eat?
Fascinating. The sentient ones share
He looks
CNA
so cool.
with the feral insectoid protoforms. Hey, what do you call us?
I don't know. Let's scrap him.
Let me!
They made them, right?
He made them in Fall of Cybertron.
Yeah.
The Frankenstein monster Dinobot things.
Weird.
Why?
Is that how Soundwave looked in the last game too?
Yeah.
Yeah. He always looks. He looks and sounds different than a lot of the other ones.
He's always been like that. But
Yeah,
I'm just saying, the Shockwave, he did the Insecticons in the last game, and this is supposed to be a prequel before Fall of Cybertron. It doesn't make any sense.
What did he say about the Insecticons? I missed it. He was like, oh, then. He
Remember
was like surprised to see them.
Well, yeah. Remember when he was like torturing the lightning guard or whatever?
Yeah.
And he created the Dinobots and things like that.
I remember that. He was experimenting on everything and making
he was
different
experimenting
things.
with insects too, and he created the Insecticons. In
Yep.
here,
he's like a, Nazi scientist kind of
right.
person.
In this one, the Insecticons are not his creation. He even said, "Oh, this is fascinating."
Yep.
And now he's come across the 3 Insecticons.
Yeah, so they're like changing the whole entire story. It's like, oh, I created them, but now randomly, oh, I totally somehow, oh, what weird creatures! I've never seen them before. I totally forgot that I created them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And also, Soundwave didn't really, or not Soundwave, Shockwave didn't hang out with Starscream and Soundwave. He was, at the space bridge. Like, he was doing all his experiments and things like that.
I thought they didn't really like each other anyway.
No, of course not.
Soundwave and Starscream.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
They're playing this up like very, I mean, I like the humor and I like the interaction, but they're playing this up more like,
like a movie where people don't know anything except for that they're robots. They don't know that. Like, they don't know. I don't know.
They're taking too many free liberties. I mean, at this point now, I don't see this as a continuation or even in the same universe as the Cybertronian series. I mean, that's a huge error. And if the Dinobots just randomly show up without Shockwave's involvement?
They're just taking all the different characters and piling them together and making their own story. They're not actually taking into account anyone's backstory.
Right. But I mean, in their defense, though, the Insecticons really didn't have that big of a presence. I mean, here they're getting like a three bot boss battle or mini battle, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, one of your computers is named Soundwave, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I name all our computers and technology after Transformers. It's just something I do. Yep. Take that, kickback.
Even our car is a Transformer, kind of.
Didn't we name the car Mirage or something?
I don't know.
I think we did. It would make sense because it's blue.
Ooh, yeah, it could be a Mirage. We'll have to get an exact model of one of the Transformers.
A lot of people too, when I was talking about the Bayformers too, they were saying I have no right to say an opinion. Like, how dare I say an opinion about the new movie that's coming out? Like, if I'm not gonna go see it, it's like, well, the movie's already out in Hong Kong, and there's been a lot of interesting reviews that have come out, and
yeah,
you know,
we've already read a lot of the reviews, even here, and they're terrible.
Yes,
so.
It's not. Well, I mean, it's better than Transformers 3, but that's not saying much.
It would just. I don't want to give them my money. I do not want to support that movie. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, I don't want to pay for that.
Apparently, Xbox and PC aren't giving
them.
out free codes for the pre-ordering the game, like to go see the movie.
Yeah. Well, they aren't.
Yeah, Sony gave people like free stuff for pre-ordering.
Yeah.
There is another alternative.
Torture. No, he's just probably gonna recruit them.
Oh.
Back to Soundwave.
He like splices different Transformers together and like. Ugh.
Yeah, he's like a Dr. Frankenstein.
He's terrible.
Soundwave,
he's so mean.
Shockwave was really cool in Fall of Cybertron, though.
Oh wait, I keep getting Shockwave and Soundwave confused.
Soundwave is the like communications tactician.
Oh, okay.
Shockwave is the scientist.
Yeah. Okay. Now I see what you mean. Yep.
But like the only thing I can think of at the beginning of this game, when Lockdown was messing with the Darkspark, maybe somehow he altered the time stream.
Oh, okay.
And like everything in Fall of Cybertron in this universe and things like has been shifted. So maybe some characters are gonna die that didn't die before. Bumblebee will probably live. You know, there's a lot of differences. That's my guess. But if that's the case, then that means that this is like Cybertron, like 2 or something like that. This is another universe. It's not. It's not the one where the Transformers are in the Ark are sucked into this vortex.
Yeah. You know, I'll have to look online and just, in case I have any questions about the plot, I'll just, like, look it up.
Still, I mean, it gives me hope, though, because if that's the case, and they're pulling, like, a, WB Games Montreal to what Rocksteady did with Batman coming out with Arkham Knight as their final game, if High Moon Studios is working on their final Transformers game, and Activision and Hasbro are doing their own separate thing like this, I'm all for that.
Yeah,
I love getting double the Transformers games. That's awesome.
We just hope High Moon Studios hasn't stopped working on that. We hope they'll make another game. That'd be awesome.
Because, I mean, they took a lot of free liberties, like with the Dinobots creation. That wasn't Shockwave's doing originally. But the way that they wrote the story, and they had all those audio logs, and Grimlock hating Shockwave and ripping off his arm, and that's one of the reasons why he gets like this weird like weapon attached to his arm. All these things that happened to kind of retell the G1 storyline.
Yeah, and they made it exciting, and they made it new and interesting. It wasn't just like, oh, well, we didn't have time to do a story, so this just magically happened. Like, they actually put time and energy into making it cool.
Everything that happened on Cybertron during the war, it all played off one another, like, for both the Autobots and Decepticons. I accidentally shot Starscream.
Oops. It's okay, he's a bit brain anyway.
Yeah, totally.
You shot him right in the afterburner.
Do you know that Starscream is considered one of, like, out of, like, 25 Transformers, like, he's number 3?
Oh my gosh.
Like, the fans just love Starscream.
Well, you love to hate him. That's how I feel. Like, he's so funny to laugh at.
I always liked Starscream more than Megatron. I mean, personally, I always thought he was really cool. But I liked the Chris Lafayette version, the same guy who did, I think that's how you say his name, the same guy who did, like, Cobra Commander.
Yeah, or Lafayette.
Yeah, Lafayette. I think that was it, yeah.
Block entrance to vault. Find controls.
Rumble.
Acid. Reveal entrance. Rumble eject. Operation. Acid depletion.
He didn't say his line. Get ready to crumble before Rumble.
Aww.
I'm noticing that a lot of this game is lacking some detail in terms of like the Transformers personalities, is what I'm noticing. So that way it does feel like kind of a licensed game more than like a licensed game that's treated like very well. Because when you eject his like little partners, they have their catchphrase, which they said in the last game. Like when you eject Rumble, he's like, "Get ready to crumble before Rumble."
Oh yeah, yep,
you know?
Yep.
So I mean, it seems like a lot of voice actors have been replaced too. So, you know, and also the online mode is gone. Like only the escalation is around. Which escalation's still cool, but I kind of liked being able to create my own Transformer because they never put Prowl in this game, and they still haven't.
That's one of your favorites.
Yeah, you gotta love the Autobot policeman. Protect and serve. I would have loved to see, like, he didn't even say anything when he came back into me. I would have loved to see Prowl, like, beat down on Barricade in the first Transformers movie. Like, with the bad police cop, like, Transformer, the Decepticon.
Yeah. Oh, he's so cute. So, yeah, I know. That'd be cool if he said a cool little line when he walks back into you. Who's the little guy again?
Rumble.
Oh, Rumble. Okay, I see. Oh, now, okay.
Rumble sounds like this!
Oh, okay, alright.
It's Rumble!
I'm gonna have to go back and watch the entire G1 series again.
As long as we don't have to watch the death of Optimus Prime.
No,
like in
of course
that, I still refuse to watch Gen 2. I will not watch Rodimus's, like, clown efforts, and
no.
Ultra Magnus should have been the leader, not that...
It's okay. It's okay.
Not Hot Rod!
It's okay. You won't have to watch it. That never happened. Everything is okay.
It kind of happens.
No, it never did. Not if we burn the DVD.
I've actually heard that in Transformers Prime, they actually kill Optimus at the end of the series. And then he gets replaced by Bumblebee. And in fact, the new Transformers series coming out will feature new Autobots, like, under the command of Bumblebee. Because Bumblebee becomes like a Transformer Knight, like Prime.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean,
weird.
for a new generation, they're going to have a Bumblebee as the Prime.
Bumblebee is so tiny.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
And I know some of you people are going to say, like, in terms of the Prime thing, his spark came back when he jumped into Alpha Trion, like, on Cybertron, because they go back to Cybertron or whatever, in some type of movie with the Predacons and Decepticons and things like that. Yeah. And he sacrifices himself along with the Allspark and kind of empties, like, all that knowledge, and then Bumblebee becomes the new whatever.
Yeah.
And eventually goes back to Earth.
Maybe they just did that because Bumblebee is such a big part of the Bay films.
Well, I like Bumblebee and I don't like him. Like, I love G1 Bumblebee because he could talk, and I love that the second Black Ranger, Johnny Young Bosch, was the voice of Bumblebee in War of Cybertron. I didn't like that they did the kind of Bay thing where in the second game, Bumblebee couldn't talk. Like, he had his voice box ripped out.
That really bothered me. It was like, I felt like that was kind of like lazy writing. Almost like, what? Like, I don't know. It's almost like they couldn't find someone to voice him, so they just made him. I don't know, it's just weird. I didn't understand why they did that.
But then in one of the, correct me if I'm wrong, but in one of the Bay, like, Bayformers, Bumblebee actually talks and he sounds like a British gentleman. Like, he asks Prime if he has permission to speak freely, like, after they save the world, and he says something. And everybody's like, well, I thought Bumblebee had his voice ripped out. It's like, when did he sound like this distinguished gentleman? Like, you know, it was like, that's pretty cool. And then they never used it again. It was like, what?
Wow.
Why?
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even begin to explain how many things are weird.
But yeah, I am annoyed with the Insecticon inconsistency.
Hold your fire, Starscream. That is no way to welcome our new recruits.
Recruits? Oh, yes. Welcome aboard.
Very good. Insecticons, leave us onward into the vault.
Cool.
Most awkward welcome ever. After being shot.
Oh. Yeah, what a welcome. Not a very warm welcome.
Yes, by all means. Let us continue this pointless fool's errand.
creatures. It is pure conjecture, but
I just
hilarious.
want to know if that's the end of our bug problem.
not entirely. Those three influence the swarm, but as is the case with such primitive societies, they do so only through asserting dominance. When they are present, the others defer to them. But when they are absent,
There'll still be feral bugs. Great.
cease your whining, Starscream. Now let me focus on opening this door.
Yeah, stop whining, Starscream.
I just noticed something about Shockwave's arm.
Yeah?
It's still there.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be...
It was ripped off by a Dinobot.
Oh, yeah, it was in the last game, right?
Yeah, so this is definitely taking place before, but like I said, they've taken a lot of free liberties.
Now,
Wow.
Something appeared on my scanners just before the door closed.
Soundwave,
Scanning. No signatures detected.
satisfied, Starscream. Or perhaps the Insecticons have unnerved you.
I'm not afraid. I'm telling you, there was something back there. The door is masking the signature.
It appears as if someone was here before us, eons ago, based on a very preliminary assessment.
Inactive defense systems. Caution warranted.
Yes, quite.
I'm just gonna take that guy's gun because he's not
Cool.
using it anymore.
He's on shooting me.
That's cool, you can still take their guns.
Well, I mean, it would still work.
Yep. Yeah, well, I remember Bumblebee in the G1 series, he kind of rode around with... Oh, never mind. Oh, wait.
Let's
Paper
blast them
dialogue.
all and talk about it later.
Ran around with Spike.
Yeah, but he wasn't like the main character like they made in the films.
No, but
Like-
they're not gonna have really Optimus Prime or some of the other Autobots in this new Transformers series coming out next year for the Hub or whatever. Or I don't know what station's getting it, but it's a sequel to Transformers Prime.
I really did like the Rescue Bots series. I mean,
That's
I know,
still going on.
I know it was for kind of younger audiences, but I really liked it. I
It's
thought the
cute.
storyline was cool.
That's Steve Bloom's
And
thing.
I actually thought when you watch it, I mean, it doesn't, I mean, yeah, it's for kids, but it's actually kind of fun to watch. Just like a Ben 10 kind of show or something. Like, I really enjoyed it.
Kids today are really spoiled, though, about something because they get Peter Cullen as the voice of Optimus Prime, like, always.
Yeah.
Like, when we were kids, he did the voice of Prime for one of the Transformers cartoons, and then when they brought back Optimus Prime for other things, it was always somebody else who, you know, was the voice of
Yeah.
Prime.
Oh, okay. I didn't even realize that.
It's like voice actors now, they're, like, held at, like, such a higher standard, and they can
Oh,
always get
yeah.
work because
Yeah.
of their fans.
Exactly.
And that's really cool. I mean, look
Well-
at Kevin Conroy as Batman, Optimus Prime, Peter
Should no
Cullen,
longer be a hindrance.
Soundwave, Frank Weckler.
I think, like, the golden age of the cartoons and the voice actors and stuff in the 80s, like, during that golden age or whatever. Yeah.
They were paid so
Significant
badly,
amount
though.
of firepower.
Yeah, they weren't
We are getting close.
recognized in their time.
The dark spark.
Not yet, Lord Megatron. We encountered unexpected resistance in the form of...
I detect excuses, Shockwave.
No, Lord Megatron. We are just outside the vault. We will have it soon.
Once you have it, set course for Calcular and deliver it to me personally.
As you command, Lord Megatron.
But yeah, years later now, they're actually able to be recognized, so it's cool.
I know, that's pretty exciting. Well, anyway, gamers, that's going to wrap up this episode. Gonna check out the gearboxes, and I actually had a lot of fun, so join us tomorrow for the next installment. We got Brawl, and what is that, Drag
I
Ship?
hope the rest of the series will be like this episode.
Well, you're gonna go back and forth between Bayformers and this.
No.
But this stuff is always gonna be really fun,
Yay!
so yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch. In the comments section below, tell us your favorite Decepticon, and let's see if we can get 1,000 likes on this video. See you tomorrow with more Transformers Rise of the Dark Spark. God bless and happy gaming.
See ya!